Fellas, AC here. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to review an Armani Prive. Now I haven't reviewed many Armani Prives. In fact, this is my first Armani Prive, but I promise you that this won't be my last. Right? Rose de Arabie, Arabian rose. Now there are two types of Arabian rose. One is Taif, which is a region in Saudi Arabia, and the other one is the Damascus rose, also known as Rose Damascena, which is based on Syrian rose, Damascus rose. Now this fragrance is based on Rose Damascena. Now Rose Damascena is actually grown everywhere. It's grown in Turkey, it's grown in Bulgaria, it's grown in India. Now this rose is very special, guys. I'm very lucky to actually be, I don't have it here at the moment. I'm very lucky to have the real Rose Otto or Rose Damascena extract. It is very expensive and extremely hard to find. And you know, when you smell Rose Damascena, it really hits you and it makes you feel very calm, very loved. You know, like rose. Rose is a symbol of purity and love. When you apply Rose Damascena, you just feel very calm, very loved, very in tune with humanity. You feel very much part of humanity. Rose is amazing. It really does an amazing job of uplifting you, calming you down. It's beautiful. You have to find the real deal though. It is pretty pricey. So, Rose de Arabie. It came out in 2010 and I couldn't find the name of the perfumer. And this sample was sent to me by Rohit. Rohit, thank you very much. He's actually opened my eyes to the Armani Prive line. He sent me many and I'm going to review all of them. They're all just amazing. Armani Prive line is very, very special. So I've already sprayed it and it's about 5 hours. So I'm going to walk you through. Now, when you read the notes breakdown, you might experience what I experienced. I looked at it and I thought, okay, another rose oud combination. Yes, it is another rose oud combination, but it is a very, very special fragrance. And being a Prive, it's quite expensive. So when you first spray, you get a very sour and radiant rose, very sour, very bright, and that's exactly how Rose Damascena smells. It smells like rose mixed with salty butter. It's buttery, it's very tart, as in sour, and it's really beautiful, full-bodied, and just lifts you. The moment you smell it, it just goes boom. You feel amazing, very calm, very relaxed, very loved. And that's how rose, that's exactly what rose does to you, proper rose. And that's how it smells. It's beautiful. And then when you start taking deep breaths, you realize you're smelling an exceptional oud. And that oud is not skanky. That oud is completely sort of wrapped around by that beautiful rose. And that oud is woody and spicy. And mixed with that spicy woodiness is just a gentle green earthiness, and that's patchouli. All three ingredients are dime a dozen. So many Arabian houses do this combination. What's so special? It's just how all these two notes, you know, the oud and the patchouli lift the rose up and give it the center stage. It's the most beautiful rose for the first 2 or 3 hours. It's amazing. It's, as I said, sour, radiant, calming, beautiful, beautiful rose. And it's not the kind of rose I don't like. For example, I don't like jammy rose. I don't like dark rose. I don't like damp rose. Those are the kind of roses which I stay away from because it doesn't do anything for me. This one is neither of those three. When the fragrance hits the 2-hour mark, that's when the butteriness goes down and the woodiness comes up. And what you get in the middle is even more amazing, man. There's this beautiful vanilla which is sort of hiding and you have to go look for it. And that vanilla just amps up the oud a bit more, makes it a bit more buttery, makes it a bit more smooth and serene. You know, oud is normally very boisterous. Here the oud isn't like that. It's very smooth, calm and serene, very beautiful. And that's why I'm calling it a beguiling beauty. This scent is just a mesmerizing fragrance. And when you read the notes, it shouldn't be like this, but the whole character of this fragrance is absolutely delicate yet robust. Beautiful. Oud is never delicate. This is amazing. And when the final dry down comes, the beautiful patchouli takes center stage. So all these elements take center stage one after the other. Rose, oud, and then patchouli. And the fragrance becomes a little bit more earthy, a bit more masculine. So it starts sort of borderline feminine. It doesn't bother me at all, but then goes towards masculinity. It's just amazing journey. It's beautiful composition. So pros and cons. Number one pro, in spite of having such little ingredients and in spite of having such common ingredients, you have for yourself one of the most beautifully made romantic fragrances you will ever smell. It's just amazing, very beautiful. So that's the number one. Number two is the performance. Amazing performance. This thing lasts about 12 to 14 hours. Easy with one spray. Don't go two. It becomes too jammy, too cloying. One spray, 12 to 14 hours. Projection at least 6 hours. And it transforms. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Number three is the compliment magnet. I'd be very surprised if this fragrance doesn't get you a compliment. And number four is the composition quality. You know, when I was reviewing, I did a comparison video not too long ago. It was Rosace's Kasamat Morhaf versus Zerjoff More Than Words. One lady left a beautiful comment. She said, this thing is a bit more close to Rose d'Arabie. And she's right. This fragrance is midway between Rose d'Arabie and Zerjoff More Than Words. You might also remember how much I criticized More Than Words Zerjoff. Not More Than Words, but Zerjoff. Because, you know, when you smell Zerjoff, it doesn't come across as a high quality fragrance. Armani Prive is a completely the opposite. You smell an Armani Prive, you know exactly that you're smelling an expensive high-end fragrance. That's exactly what this is. Rose d'Arabie is high-end, high quality, very beautifully executed. It's really expensive smelling. So those are the four positives. The downside, well, rose normally tends to be a divisor. Yeah, it divides people. People think it's feminine, or some people think it's just not for me. I was like that. I was exactly like that. Rose is not for me. I'm transformed completely. But it's one of those things that you have to test and see if you like it. It starts borderline feminine for me. But I have no problems wearing feminine fragrances if I have the right occasion. So the kind of occasions I'll wear this to is evening parties, dressed up. You know? I can also wear this to work. If you control the sprays, you can easily wear this to work and you will shine. In a suit, it will smell amazing. So the downside, only downside I can think of is it starts off slightly borderline feminine, which can be a problem. The other one is obviously the price ratio. I explained to you the sort of evolutions of the fragrance, but still, you know, 150 to 200 pounds for 100 ml could be a bit steep. If I was personally asked to get a bottle, I wouldn't. I would get a 10 ml decant because I have this in my collection. It's one of the finest cheapies I've got from Rosace, and I'm pretty much happy with this, but I like Rose d'Arabie a lot. So I'll keep a 10 ml decant. That's the way I'll deal with it. The price, sort of value for money, is a bit medium to low. Now, seasons to wear. I've tested it in autumn and winter. This is so beautifully made. I think it'll wear beautifully in summer evenings as well, but I haven't tested it. So I'd say about 6 months in a year you can wear this. Primarily it's a sort of a red carpet scent. It's really well made, guys. Age group, I'd say any age group. 25-year-old can pull this off. A 50-year-old can pull this off. There's absolutely no problems in my mind. It's a pretty unisex fragrance. A lady can pull this off. A man can pull this off. The late dry down is pretty masculine in my opinion. So it's a very, very good scent. All around, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's a very nice rose fragrance. One of the top rose fragrances I have in my collection. 8. You can probably give it 8.5, but I'll give it 8. 8 is a good score, I think, for this. Very well made fragrance. Hope you enjoyed the review, fellas. Take care. Bye-bye.